What was the anti-vax when you went to it? What was that like?
Oh, man. So, I mean, the anti-vax rally, the one that I went to obviously it was taken down by YouTube, but that was the first major anti-lockdown rally.
Why was it taken down?
You know.
Same thing?
Just like bots.
Like what was the craziest thing that somebody said?
I mean, it was, this is a pre-vaccine era. This is before the vaccine rollout happened.
What year was that?
This is in April 2020.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, like,
so peak.
Oh, no, that Hollywood anti-vax rally was like a year later. If you look up coronavirus lockdown protest, all gas, no brakes, you will find the video that was removed by YouTube. Yeah, but that was like at the California State Capitol in Sacramento.
Is that the one?
Right after it popped off.
Is this it?
Yeah.
So this is the one they took down?
This is the one that was taken down.
So it starts with this clip?
Yeah.
I want to hear what the first thing is to see what upset YouTube. Go ahead.
I got every problem with the government saying we can't go out. That's a prohibition. And it's illegal. It's against the Constitution. I'm immune compromised. I put that at risk today. I put that at risk today because I got to be here.
Yeah. Are you scared to die?
No more scared than I am for anything else. Freedom! Freedom! Freedom!
God,
yeah, so that was when it first popped off.
You don't have a right. You cannot do this to me.
How many people own the news companies?
How many?
Well, you tell me.
Three or four.
How many does Disney own?
How many?
How many?
I don't know.
Well, maybe you ought to find out. You're in the media, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm independent.
You're independent what?
Independent media. Me and this guy. It's called All Gas, No Brakes.
I don't see your badge.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's the idea. I don't have a badge.
This shit was crazy, man. I'm giving some flashbacks. Right
This is April of 2020, the peak. And this is in LA or this is
in Sacramento at the California State Capitol. And as you can see, I was like, I don't know if you were right, how you felt when the thing first happened, but I was definitely nervous, you know, pre-vaccine, you know, all that. It was a pretty unsure time for people. And I think that caused many to gravitate toward extreme directions. You had people who were like, I'm never going to wear a mask. One guy here had a shirt that said cough in my face. And he was saying, everybody cough in my face. I don't care who you are, young, sick, old, cough in my face. I will show you. And then you had people who were literally like refusing to go outside of their house. I remember in Seattle with the community that I grew up with, right? Like if you had a picnic at a public park and you didn't have a mask on and there was 5 or more people, somebody would walk by you with their phone, take a picture of you, and it would circulate all on social media, and it would say, this is a super spreader, and you could lose your job because of that. So there was like a mutual polarization, and I would argue that we're still living in 2020.
You think?
Yeah. People's brains have never recovered, man.
I think the 5%, you're probably right.
I know, dude. Think about it, man. Like, okay, so I would actually argue we're still living in the 1960s. But if you think 60s, you know, the divisions that were planted there, you know what I mean, as far as like Red Scare and then people's movements being it's kind of, we're still living.
If you're breaking it down like that,
yeah.
But I think the level of fear that you had in 2020 in April, you probably don't have today with COVID.
Oh, not the level of fear, but I mean the way people perceive politicians in reality is very 2020 coded still to this day, if people don't.
But they divided America.
Oh yeah,
the mainstream media divided America in a major way. They convinced Americans that Trump was with Russia until they realized Hillary Clinton funded that whole thing.
And I think Trump convinced Americans to look at people with masks as like these moronic sheep that are worthy of, harassment.
Well, some of them are.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't like, for example, when I remember one time, Rob, can you put up the picture I posted of the lady that was in the car driving? I don't know if you have this or not. So during COVID, I used to love watching people. Let me see if I can find this. Where no. Let me see if I can find this. This is so funny if I can find it. But yeah, when I would see guys wearing a freaking mask while they're driving in the car by themselves. Is this me, Rob?
Yep.
Do it again. Go back to it. Yeah, this is it.
That's it. I can tell it's going to be a good
one. What are you doing? What are you? So this person's not you're wearing a mask in a car by yourself. You think that's normal?
The level of responsibility is at the highest level.
Yeah.
They don't even want to get themselves sick.
But
really. Probably went to Harvard, quite frankly.
Doesn't part of you kind of feel bad for those people?
No, I don't. You know why? Let me explain to you why. I don't feel bad because if Yeah, that's the second picture, Rob. If you can put the second picture, I think it's the second one to the left, top left. That's the one, I think. Click on it. Driving alone. Yeah, this is it. Driving alone with a mask on is like going to bed alone with a condom on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you afraid of?
Yeah.
You're not going to get an STD.
But you got to think, like, they're under algorithmic hypnosis like the other half of the country, and they're being told every single day that there's a new variant. They're glued to their phone. 6 hours of screen time is like the national average in 2020.
Yeah.
So they're constantly being fed this fear stuff. Much like people on the far right were also being fed a similar type of fear content, outrage machine.
Like what? Like what? Give me the fear on the right.
Probably, oh my gosh, the QAnon stuff?
No, not QAnon. Give it to me from conservative media, like mainstream versus liberal media mainstream, not QAnon people.
Oh, I mean,
I'm
that
not
was the
going
dominant thread in
Antifa
2020.
No, I'm just going to stick to mainstream media, what the conservative right was saying that was selling fear porn versus what the liberal left was saying selling fear porn. They both sold fear porn, but what was it?
I think that the democratic censorship on major social media platforms pushed people in the conservative activist movement into small fringe platforms where they were being fed QAnon stuff more so than they were mainstream press, and that was a direct blowback. I mean, obviously, mainstream liberal media at the time was telling people not to go outside, to social distance, and to be wary of anybody without a mask on. And also, there was the right-wing machine was telling people that we're going to turn into a communist country and all your freedoms are going to be taken away. There's a cabal of baby-eating pedophiles that are connected to Epstein Island who are controlling the entire world. So there was just mass exaggerations
It's a lot of things,
on both
right?
sides.
But on the podcast, yes. On the podcast world, when it's coming to, what are you saying, the baby eating, what was that? What is the thing called that you drink it, you age backwards?
Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome, right.
Yeah.
And so for me, yeah, for sure. Some people say that's kind of weird when they say that. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying mainstream. On mainstream, if they said, if you give up too much control, this could be a step away from communism, it's partly not wrong if you give up too much control. We were told that our kids can't go to school, and you're telling us to stay home for a year and a half, and people left California and New York? Yeah, that's crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You and I don't know what that is. When you went to school, you didn't have to stay home for a year and a half. Mm-hmm. Imagine how hard it is on the wife and the mother and a mom and the father trying to make the marriage work and pay bills and get the job, and you lose the job, and you lose the restaurant, and you lose the business.
Mm-hmm.
That's policies from the left that destroyed all these things. So they destroyed America for a year and a half. But what did the right do? The right was telling you, don't believe it. Question it. Even libertarians said, don't believe it. Even libertarians became incited with Trump.
Some of them did die, though, like Herman Cain.
Well, some of them did die. Herman Cain, yeah, there are some that died. There's more than just Herman Cain that died. There was a lot more than that. But that's not the point. The point is you have a choice. Mm-hmm. If you drive a car on the freeway, somebody hits you, you're going 100 miles an hour, it's your choice. You kill yourself, you're dead. You're dead. There's choices that you got to make. But if it's all control.
Yeah.
Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you wear reflects and represents who you are. So for us, if you wear a Future Looks Bright hat or a Valuetainment gear, you're telling the world, I'm optimistic. I'm excited about what's going to be happening, but you're a free thinker. You question things. You like debate. And by the way, last year, 120,000 people got a piece of Future Looks Bright gear with Valuetainment. We have so many new things. The cufflinks are here. New Future Looks Bright. This is my favorite, the green one. Just yesterday, somebody placed an order for 100 of these. If you watch the PBD podcast, you got a bunch to choose from. White ones, black ones. If you smoke cigars and you come to our cigar lounge, we have this high quality lighter cutter and a holder for the cigars. We got sweaters with the Valuetainment logo on it. We got mugs. We got a bunch of different things. But if you believe the future looks bright, if you follow our content and what we represent with Valuetainment, with PBD Podcast, go to vtmerch.com. And by the way, if you order right now, there's going to be a special VT gift inside just for you. So again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, tell the world that you believe the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.